You're probably wasting Lovable credits and getting frustrated by hallucinated codes, and it's not your fault. You're doing what almost everyone does at the beginning. You start too fast. I've seen developer work months on a project that should have taken weeks. Today, I want to show you the exact process professional developers use to build clean, scalable MVPs without messy codes and without starting over again. The key idea is stop coding first, start planning. Here's the first rule: never start coding immediately. Experienced developers often spend 1 or 2 days just thinking about the user journey before writing a single line of code. If you skip this step, your project will quickly become hard to manage, and at some point everything breaks and you don't know why. Before asking Lovable to build anything, you must be very clear on what the user does step by step. A good idea would be using this prompt: before building anything, help me design with the user flow step by step. So make sure to define who the user is, but also what the goal is. One of the fastest ways to kill a project is adding big features that force you to rebuild everything further down the line. You must think about the future from day one. Even if you don't build everything now, you should tell AI what might come later. For example, pricing plan, user roles, or extra feature. This helps Lovable avoid hard coding things that will block you later. In this case, a usable prompt could be: while designing this, keep it flexible for future use or for future role, or make sure that feature X, Y, and Z can be embedded into the program. One big mistake is letting AI do all the thinking. If you say improve this, the AI doesn't know what better means for your project. Very often, it makes things worse. Also, prompts like fix this bug are not enough. You must always explain three things: the context, what this feature does, the expected result, what should happen, and the current result, what's happening now. Then say, fix only the difference. Keep everything else as it is. This single sentence will save you hours of debugging. What I've just shared with you is not theory. People are already using this approach to build MVP that gets funded, make over $10,000 per year, and they often get sold as a full project. One person right now can build 5 websites with zero coding experience just by using clear rules and prompts as a guardrails for the AI. So stop guessing, start prompting with purpose.
Open the browser and search for Lovable AI. I'm already logged into my account, but if you're new to the software, you will need to complete the sign up process. Once logged in, on the left side of the panel, you will see the menus of your projects, your preferred ones, and the ones shared with you. You will also be able to discover new projects submitted by other users or templates. You can start creating your project by entering the prompt in the home page. Eventually, you can attach a summary of your project if you have one, and this will be used by Lovable to build something based on your documents. You are also able to select themes if you want, but this is generally something you can define in your prompts. Let's now try to build something together, but before entering your prompt, I just want to make sure I have the chat button selected. This way, Lovable won't start building apps, but rather think with me. You can try typing something like, before building anything, help me design a simple landing page mockup for a local pastry business. Of course, this will be too much of a general input, so I've created an organized list of details about user flow, goal, design, and future-proof requirements. You will find the full prompt in the description of the video. Now, a quick review of the script, and I'm ready to send it to Lovable. Now you can see that Lovable is thinking and preparing more questions for you. This is a good sign and a consequence of our well-defined prompts. Now, don't rush through the question and spend some time to pick what you want. Once happy, just confirm. Lovable will go through the steps of highlighting the formal structure of the website. It will suggest each section and what they contain. Structure and design should match, ensuring that the goal of the website is aligned with our initial input. Also, having kept the chat button on will always give us the possibility to review the plan before implementing it. At this point, Lovable will start displaying a list of tasks representing the step it's going through. You will need to give it some time to put together the stack required to create your website. If you want, you can now check the current amount of tokens you had available before the creation and compare it later when you finish the development. The process can take a couple of minutes, but eventually you will see a list of screenshots appearing on the chat. This is Lovable testing that the functionality is there and everything is working as it should. Once the process is complete, Lovable will refresh and your website will be available in the main section of the screen. It's now time to go through the website and check that everything is in place. We have a nice hero image, the list of our bestsellers, the story, and the Visit Us section. Don't forget to check the preview of the website emulating the mobile device view. It's now time for you to handle the changes. This is generally your starting point, and from here you can expand the initial mockup to make it more functional or appealing. Remember that you can keep the chat button on and start to request for the edits. This is the right way to work, since Lovable won't change your code instantly, but ask for your permission to apply the changes. As you can see, I'm now asking Lovable to create a simple form page where user can enter orders. Even though this might look correct, this goes against one of our principles, not providing context, current behavior, and expected behavior. To reduce the consumption of tokens, I will need to improve my input with something like I've noticed that there is no form that visitor can fill out to process pickup orders. I'd love the idea of having a call to action button to create an order that replaces the Visit Us button and brings the visitor to the form. Please suggest which relevant information we should store in the form itself to process an order. Here is where we leverage the full functionality of the AI. As you can see, the system recommends the field as well as asking for more information, totally in line with what we want. This ensures that our website is always aligned with our goal. Go once again through the questions as you would and submit the form. This time, the outcome is a little bit different. As you can see, Lovable displays the plan and the lines of code required to edit the website. I understand you might not be able to fully understand the code, but this is vibe coding. If you are a one-off user, you can implement the plan as long as you are confident that the input contained goal, actual behavior, and expected behavior. This will reduce the risk of introducing some changes that can break your website. If you think that you will wipe code again, I suggest building knowledge on the stack generally used by Lovable or by other softwares, since this will help you understand the code or at least its logic over time. Lovable will now go through the process of defining the task for the changes. It will update the content, create the order form and order dialog wrapper, and update hero and feature pastries. After that, it will take screenshot and simulate the process of placing an order. Once implemented, now it's your time to test the full functionality on the website, simulating a customer requesting for pickup order. When you do so, pay attention to the experience. Everything should flow seamlessly, with no interruptions. Let's now test it together. One click on the order for pickup button and the form will open instantly. Let's enter the name, the phone number, select the products, pick date and time, add a note, and hit place order. Nice to see that the system has already some error handling functionality. Let's fix the phone number and place the order again. This time the order has been placed successfully. Nice to see that the summary shows the product and the pickup details. Finally, let's check the amount of token used. Our website costed us 7 credits, more or less $2.
At this point, you should have everything that you need to progress with the creation of your website. Make sure to repeat these steps until your product is ready. The final step would be indeed publishing the website with Lovable. In reality, there are other things and aspects that you want to consider before going live. For example, capturing payment or sending confirmation email, but this will be part of another tutorial. If you enjoyed the video or if you want to share with me your vibe coding journey, please hit the like button and drop me a comment. Catch you all soon.